Hi, my name is Jess. Welcome to the Jess Breathes YouTube channel. I was diagnosed with endometriosis on May 1st, 2019. It was a late stage 3, early stage 4 diagnosis, and I was left with an incision from my sternum to several inches below my belly button after the surgery. It was a really tough diagnosis, and the years leading up to it were even tougher. I was really sick for a long time, and I was sick during my 20s, and I think that a lot of women probably can relate to that, because being sick and having chronic illness and pain in your 20s is a really difficult thing. 'Cause for me, I had this huge zest for life. I had just these dreams with my husband. We moved out to California, and we were going to create this life together. And then all of a sudden I was experiencing the health issues that my mom's friends experienced. I was experiencing problems that people who are far older than me were going through. And I felt like all of this zest that I had for life just was being thwarted, and it was being squelched. And it was a really painful experience. I didn't know what was wrong with me. Diagnosis took a long time because I didn't have insurance, and insurance is expensive. And it was difficult to get to a point where we could afford everything. On average, somebody with endometriosis spends around $10,000 annually on treatments. It's a luxury good to have a chronic illness. Going through that experience, it was hard because I realized that I was worried about the fact that I wouldn't become someone. I was worried that this was going to stop me from being the person that I wanted to become. What I realized is, instead of being worried about this diagnosis stopping me from being the person I wanted to become, the concern that I should have is who I would have been without this illness. And those are some really hard words to swallow. But at the end of the day, if you don't derive value from your pain, it's thwarted and it's for nothing. That's why I really focus on getting value from my pain and trying to use it to hone me into a better individual. And I know, depending on what place you're in life right now, that may or may not jive with your philosophy, and I totally get it, because endometriosis is one of the top 20 most painful conditions as listed by the NHS. So I get it, I've been there. But if you can get something from it, if you can make yourself a better person from it, you can turn it into a gift. And when you talk to people who have suffered, when you talk to people who have experienced chronic pain, you can have compassion for that. And that's beautiful. We're humans, and our suffering is actually what connects us. And if we can take our suffering and use it in a way to connect to other people and to become better individuals, then that's what we gotta do, because the suffering ain't going away, but we can get better through it. There's this really beautiful quote by Viktor Frankl. It's something along the lines of, he's one of my favorite authors of my favorite book. It's called A Man's Search for Meaning. And if you're in a lot of pain, I highly recommend you read it. And one of the things that I love that he says, if we can't change a situation, then we're challenged to change ourselves. So that's what we gotta do. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. If you do, let me know somehow, and subscribe. Thanks.